before you want to totally give up on a QB. You said, let's wait a minute. There's a little history with these franchises of having some sucky moments. I mean, Cleveland struggled forever to get a quarterback, right?
You can do something really wacky.
Still is.
I mean, sorry.
And look at the 2018 draft. 4 of those 5 quarterbacks are now all starters and have been or are successful. Darnold's 2-0 as a starter. Mayfield's 2-0 as a starter. Lamar is 0-2, but he's a 2-time MVP.
It was quite a journey for a lot of those guys, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's the Scott's point.
That's my point is, are we, instead of just all of a sudden giving up 100% on these guys, going, let's take a bigger look and a deeper look at the franchise.
Well,
absolutely.
It certainly makes you wonder about Zach, right? As you're seeing these other guys have rebounds, they go to a different situation, a coach that believes in them, whatever. It makes you wonder, and it almost makes me feel like Sean Payton will never put him in there because he's probably terrified of Zach Wilson going in there and looking good. He's got to be terrified of that.
Probably. Because if Zach, you're probably
if Zach
right.
goes in there and balls and his dude, like he's not going to bench Bo Nix because now he's wrong.
The only reason I'm hesitating on that is I know how hard they worked to get Zach Wilson. Like he really did want Zach Wilson.
But he was the guy for a day. He was Sean's guy for a day.
Yeah, but I still think that the Zach Wilson, the only reason I would push back on that comment, because I would normally agree, is he can now take full credit for the rehab.
Yeah, he could.
And that's a big hanger, too.
Well, I guess it could be a Kyle Shanahan type of situation, right? Like I swung for the fences with Trey Lance, but I hit a home run with Brock Purdy.
I think Bo Nix would have to go out with some sort of injury to get away with that.
Agreed.
But if that were to happen, I'm not wishing injury on anybody. That's awful. But if something like that were to happen and Zach Wilson went in and balled out, I think it would be 100% Trey Lance, Brock Purdy part 2. And they would just be like, oh, well, whatever. Let's go.
Well,
but,
especially because they didn't have to move up or anything. They just sat there.
No, but the problem you have, of course, with Zach Wilson is he's done with his contract this year. And so if he really is the guy next year, you're going to have to pony up $30 million or at least 10 like they did with Sam Darnold. But that's only a one-year deal
I think
for Sam
for
Darnold.
the paying, what will happen is Zach Wilson will leave here this year, and you'll see somebody like a Kyle Shanahan take a shot on him next year. He'll get in a handful of games, also in rehab, and then 3 years from now, while we've got Arch Manning, he's going to be the starting quarterback for Buffalo.